Tension builds early as Grebnev and Ilamparthi AR explore the depths of the Sicilian defense. Niezmetdinov attack fianchetto variation in Sharjah Masters 2025 group around 1. On e4. On c5. Knight f3 leads us into Sicilian defense. Old Sicilian. Knight c6. Bishop b5. On g6. King castled kingside. Bishop g7. Rook e1. On e5. Bishop takes c6. On takes c6. On d3. Queen c7. On a4. On a5. Bishop e3. Threatening bishop takes c5. Pawn b6 played by Ilamparthi AR. Knight bd2. Knight f6. Knight c4. Threatening knight takes e5. Knight d7 played by Ilamparthi AR. Queen c1. On h6. On h3. Bishop a6. On c3. Knight f8. On b4. Grebnev is preparing to play. On takes c5. On takes c5. Bishop takes c5. Bishop takes c4. On takes c4, and secure a stronghold in the game. Bishop takes c4 played by Ilamparthi AR. On takes c4. On takes b4. On takes b4. On takes b4. On c5. Threatening pawn takes b6. On takes c5 played by Ilamparthi AR. Bishop takes c5. It is novelty move. Knight e6. Bishop takes b4. On c5. Ilamparthi AR intends to play. On takes b4. Queen takes c7. Knight takes c7, and put immense pressure on the opponent. Bishop d2 played by Grebnev. On h5. Queen c4. King castled kingside. On a5. Rook a7. Rook eb1. Rook fa8. Rook b5. Bishop f6. Rook ab1. Queen d7. Bishop c3. Threatening knight takes e5. Knight d4 played by Ilamparthi AR. Rook b6. Grebnev is preparing to play. Rook takes f6. Knight takes f3 check. Rook takes f3. Rook a6. Queen d5. Queen e7. Queen takes e5. Queen takes e5. Bishop takes e5, and establish a winning position. Queen e7 played by Ilamparthi AR. Knight d2. King g7. Knight f1. Bishop h4. On a6. Take a moment to spot the best move for Ilamparthi AR. Queen e8 is a strong choice, since Rook a1. Bishop d8. Rook b7. Rook takes b7. On takes b7. Rook b8 position is equal. Let's go to the main game. On a6. Rook d8 slightly worse move played by Ilamparthi AR. Rook b7. Threatening rook takes e7. Rook d7 played by Ilamparthi AR. Rook takes a7. Rook takes a7. Rook b6. Think carefully what is the best move for Ilamparthi AR. Queen c7 is the correct move because Bishop a5, Queen c8, Knight e3, Knight c6, Bishop c3, Bishop d8 position is equal. Let's go to the main line. Rook b6, Rook d7 is not the best move played by Ilamparthi AR. Queen a2, Rook a7, Knight e3, Queen d7, Knight c4. Grebnev might go for Knight takes e5, Queen e8, Bishop takes d4, Pawn takes d4, Queen d5, on d3, Knight takes d3, Rook d7, Queen c4, Queen d8, and put immense pressure on the opponent. Bishop d8 played by Ilamparthi AR. Threatening bishop takes b6. Rook d6 played by Grebnev. Threatening rook takes d7. Queen e8 played by Ilamparthi AR. Bishop a5. Threatening bishop takes d8. Bishop takes a5 played by Ilamparthi AR. Queen takes a5. Queen a8. Queen takes c5. Queen takes e4. Queen takes e5 check. Queen takes e5. Knight takes e5. Knight b3. Knight d3. Rook e7. Rook b6. Threatening rook takes b3. Knight c1 played by Ilamparthi AR. Threatening knight takes d3. Pawn a7 played by Grebnev. Knight e2 check. King f1. Knight g3 check. Pawn takes g3. Rook takes a7. Rook b2. Rook d7. King e2. Rook e7 check. King f3. Rook d7. Knight e5. Threatening knight takes d7. Rook a7 played by Ilamparthi AR. Rook e2. Rook a3 check. Rook e3. Grebnev's idea is to play rook takes a3. On f6. Knight d7. King f7. Knight b8. On f5. King e2. King g7. On h4. King f7 and gain a significant edge. Rook a1 played by Ilamparthi AR. On g4. Pawn takes g4 check. Knight takes g4. Rook f1 check. King e2. Threatening king takes f1. Rook a1 played by Ilamparthi AR. Rook e7. Rook a5. King f3. Grebnev is preparing to play King g3. Rook a2. King h2. On g5. Rook c7. Rook a5. Rook b7. Rook a3. Knight e5 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Rook b5 played by Ilamparthi AR. Knight f2. Rook f5 check. King e3. Rook a5. Knight e4. Rook d5. Rook a7. Grebnev is preparing to play King f3. Rook d4. Knight g5. King f6. Knight takes f7 and put immense pressure on the opponent. King f8 played by Ilamparthi AR. King f4. Grebnev is preparing to play. Knight g5. Rook f5 check. King g4. King g8. On h4. On f6. Knight e6. Rook b5. Rook c7, and increase their advantage significantly. Rook d4 played by Ilamparthi AR. King e5. Threatening king takes d4. Rook d1 played by Ilamparthi AR. Knight g5. Rook e1 check. King f4. Rook f1 check. King g4. On f5 check. King g3. Grebnev intends to play. Knight f3. On g5. Knight takes g5. Rook g1. Knight e6 check. King g8. Knight f4. Rook f1. Knight g6, and establish a winning position. Rook e1 played by Ilamparthi AR. Knight f3. Threatening knight takes e1. Rook e4 played by Ilamparthi AR. Knight h4. Threatening knight takes g6 check. Rook e6 played by Ilamparthi AR. King f4, a masterful performance by Grebnev.